And yes, we are live. We are live. Um, I mean, I know that we had to be in a session, so we had to be in a counseling session and all that. But I mean, that's not enough reasons, right? So I apologize. I think all the four that we start a little behind schedule today. Um, I mean, I don't want to put all the blame on the devil also, but I mean, these things can be strategic. The things that we're to talk about today, they are so pivotal, they are so critical that I will not be surprised if the enemy, the devil, would have us not talk about it or have you see it or receive it in such a way that you can push it off before you even get the point out of it. But welcome, welcome, and welcome to all those who join us on the stream today. And we are grateful that you are with us on this journey for this far until this time. So, on today's topic, arise, arise, save that child. Arise, save that child. It's even me myself. The this particular stream is still busting my head. This day of the challenge is busting my head because what it touches on is something that we most of us neglect, right? Most of us, largely most of us, and I'll tell you why I say most of us ignore it in the society that we have nowadays. And also, it points us to what we now need to be doing. So, this is capable of changing a lot of things going on in houses, in every house, every house, every house. Think of anybody, teacher's house, doctor's house, pastor's house, imam's house. In all those houses, in the homes that we have, this can turn things around. This can turn things around. So I want you to pay attention. We appeal or we beg that you pay attention, utmost attention. Share this with your friends, share this with people, share this with your neighbors because this will touch your home. If you don't get it across your neighbors, one way or the other, to get your home. And so let's go to the matter at hand. Arise, save that child. All right, quickly into our text. I would love that my slides can be put up. Okay, good, good. I think I have my slides. Do I? Okay. Yes, I have my slides. Beautiful. Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay with my face. My face is going up. Yeah, this is perfect. All right. So today is focused on the child. It's focused on the child. When God brought this to mind, and it wasn't like a one time experience thing because he kept talking about this is what you should talk about. This is what you should talk about. It was pretty revealing to me because yes, my wife and I would know a couple of things and we've been practicing those, actioning them in our lives, right? But this was a little deeper than what we have known. So I'm sure it will even bless you if you're already doing the right things in terms of taking care of your child or focusing on your child as a man. Now, as much as I'm speaking to men today, if you are a wife or a mother, you would also benefit from this. So now to the men. Who is a child? A child is anybody between the age of minus 9 months and 25. Minus 9 months and 25 is a child. The reason why I give this definition is, the scientific proof of brain development. It's about that age. Yes, it could be 24, 25, but it's about that age that the brain is fully developed. Fully developed. In fact, by the life of Jesus Christ, I could say a child is anybody from age of 0 to 30. Well, I know a lot of you will disagree with me, but see, some things you need to pay attention to some things, right? So, in some respects, I can say a child is from age 0 to 20, based on what has been written in the Old Testament that 20-year-old can go for a war. I could also use scientific proof to say, oh, till the child brain fully developed, which is like mid 20s. And then I could say, till the child understands their purpose in life, which is till like age 30. Okay, but whichever way you want to pick it, let's give it a go. So, there are several men today. They are called bachelors. In fact, some, because of age, should not be called bachelors, they should be called manchelor. Because they are even more mature than a man in age, in physique, right? Some unmarried men today are stopping, they are keeping some children as unborn children. I don't know how to go about this without stepping on toes, but toes have to be stepped on today. Some men today, unmarried men today, divorced men today, they have kept a lot of children as unborn children, because of their personal decision, their inaction, their laziness, their lack of vision, their lack of drive and push, their lack of knowledge of pushing forward to get married. There's no other way to paint it. There's no other way to put it. And I know that in a lot of cases, some single men want to look at it, or married men want to look at it as, oh, you don't know my situation. My situation is complicated. I understand, right? In fact, I could even say I know your situation, because by the virtue of the work that my wife and I do and what we do in singles and spouses, we've encountered a good number of people, right, that have one sort of situation or the other. Some financial, some family, some tribal, some blood type, and different things, right? Some relocation, and some some were heartbroken. Situations are there. I'm not denying the fact that there are situations, but I'm saying, where is the drive? Where is the vision? Where is the push? Where is the way I'm gonna get this done? Where is the readiness? Where is the readiness? So, for example, imagine God as a huge business tycoon. No, not a huge business tycoon. Imagine God as a huge billionaire, maybe in US dollars, or in your currency, whatever currency your country has, right? Imagine God as that, and then imagine every man as businesses or companies, public companies. Like, you have shares that could be bought, somebody can invest in you and all that. You have a venture. Don't you think that it is based on your readiness to produce with God's money that would give God the confidence to put shares or to buy shares in your company? Don't you think so? Don't you think so? There needs to be some drive, even for God to be like, okay, this one is ready. Then now leave God. For you to even have people in your company, someone that is working with you, someone that is like maybe your financial director, you gotta be a company standing on your feet. If you're not standing on your feet, for goodness sake, you can't even have a structure to start with. Nobody will be willing to work in that company. So it has to be a profitable venture before a girl will say, okay, yes, I think I need this a go. I need to do this. What am I trying to say is, irrespective of the circumstances that you are facing as a single man, stop keeping that child as unborn child. Stop keeping that child as an unborn child by making a move. By making a move. And this is for men that are even keeping themselves as singles. Some are sowing seeds all over the place, wild seeds all over the place, all over the place, flushing the children down the toilet, throwing them away in condom packs, unused condom wraps, flushing them out with medication, with drugs. Aren't you conscious of what you are doing, what is going on? Aren't you conscious? Aren't you conscious? How long are we going to do this? How long would we continue in this direction? How long would you go down that slippery road? How long would you be lost in your ignorance, in your adamancy, in your nothingness, in the uselessness? How long would you keep? There was a time I was just with my kids, and this was really funny. And I was speaking with one of them. This one's a thinker. I like to think deep, and I was dragging something with him. I'm like, no, this is this. He said, no, he made the mistake. He mistakenly made the mistake. Everybody busted the laughter. Like, I couldn't get over it. Like, you mistakenly make the mistake. How does somebody mistakenly make me? So the conversation turned from what we're talking about to now analyzing the statement. We mistakenly made a mistake. And something dawned on me. Do you know that a lot of men have deliberately, consistently made mistakes? So mistakes, what you call a mistake, what other people will see you and say is a mistake, is not per se really a mistake anymore, because you are not mistakenly making it. You are deliberately making it. You are calculatively making it. You're calculatively making it. I met a young man a while back, and I'm praying that he has been healed from this now. This young man was on a spending spree. Now, this time around, if the spending spree was about money, it would have been good. But this young man has been heartbroken so much, but I think just one person. I can't remember the gist fully. I think just one person. To the point where this guy is now going about trying to defile as many ladies as he can find. Just out of that brokenness. It's just all over the place, just looking for what he can get, who he can attach to, what he can do, and all that, and just striking girls all over the place. While this guy might think that he is spending, or rather, while this guy might think that he's enjoying himself, and what he's doing is just showing girls that he cannot be heartbroken. He is the one that breaks out of girls. Do you know that what he's doing is that he's spending his seed all over the place? Spending his seed all over the place. Wasting the children all over the place. All over the place. The energy that should have been put together into one child has been expended all over the place. I know scientists haven't researched it. I know I probably might not per se have a proof for it, but I can assure you that if you keep going down that lane, you're spending your seed. The seed that could have been used for something better, you are spending it all over the place. That's what you are doing. Spending it all over the place. Spending, and the earlier this stops, the better. The earlier it stops, the better. Let what I have said that I have annoyed you, let it spur you into action today as a single man, irrespective of your age. The 20s, the 30s, the 40s, let it spur you into action. And let you tell yourself
that today, from today, I make a decision that in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to find a good girl. I won't do, it doesn't mean that you should be forced into finding an anyhow girl. I'm going to sit down with God. I'm going to pray. I'm going to get a strategy. I'm going to go out. I'm going to find me a girl. I'm going to get married. We don't talk about the unborn children enough. I know we talk about the fatherless or motherless baby. I know we talk about the orphans, but we have not talked about the unborn children enough. Several billions of unborn children nowadays. Some parts of the world are even better. Some other part of the world, they've even gone to the point where you can make a decision not to give birth. Like, nobody cares. Like, it's your right. You need to find out the heart of God, the mind of God about things, because your mind is so minute in all this that if you decide to do what your mind tells you is okay to do, you'll be cheating yourself. You'll be cheating yourself. Let's move to the married men. I will move a bit. Let's talk about the child. The child has already been born now. And I mean, this 30 minutes is not enough to delve into this, because as we've talked about the unborn child, we're now supposed to talk about the conceived child. So let me just quickly brief on that so I can go into the children that are even already here, because those ones I'm most scared for. Those ones. Conceived child. It has been, how can I put it? The story of this young man, this is our Savior, my Savior Jesus Christ, that we read in Matthew, talked about when the child was born and Joseph needed to pick him. But there was also a part that talked about when he was conceived and Joseph was deciding to just put Mary away. Like, I can't deal with this baby again. I don't like, her bum is not big again. I don't like the way she smells, blah, blah, blah. And he wanted to escape. But it got to a point while Joseph was still trying to decide whether to take her or not, that God told Mary to go to Elizabeth, that was also pregnant, for someone that's supposed to be a whatever they call him, like someone that comes before Christ, that introduces Christ to the world. Because there are some things that you're supposed to surround a conceived child with. It breaks my heart when men get married, their wife gets pregnant, and they just go about their duties. Have you eaten? That's what you're telling your wife. Have you eaten? What's all this? Why can't you take care of this? You've not even learned how to take care of a woman that is with a baby, a woman that is pregnant for a baby. Not to talk of knowing what to declare on that child, what to start downloading before that child is born. You think that the 9 months is a joke? You think it's all about first and second and third trimesters? The 9 months? You don't know that you could divide the 9 months into 9 years, each month a year? You don't know you could divide into weeks and do tremendous things, achieve tremendous things with each week of that pregnancy? Come on, you're a joke. Wake up. You need to arise. You need to arise. So if you're a father today, a father to be an expectant father, your wife is already pregnant, and you're not doing some concrete stuffs in preparation for this child being brought into the world, I am telling you categorically today that you are a joker. You are a joke. I'm not even talking about you following out to antenatal, which you should do, because she's not the only one that is pregnant of that baby. You were pregnant with that. Even Joseph, that didn't participate in the pregnancy of Christ, God woke him up in his sleep and told him, go and take that girl, my friend. You think that God spoke to Joseph calmly? I'm sure the angel must have even slapped him. Sometimes I go on the comedy of one of the guys, that preaches to people. I can't remember his name, but he preaches to people, and he preaches with some level of violence. He just comes to you and greets you first. I'm sure a lot of people know him. Comes to you, greet you like a calm person. Hey, how are you doing? To accept Jesus Christ. And then the people return, when they push back, like, what's your problem? He changes it for them. TBT. And they must accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. Okay. So that was just the comedy side. So thinking about, if you can imagine God communicating to Joseph, for Joseph to be moving like this. See the text we read now. The Joseph that said he wants to put away Mary. Did you see what he says? In verse 14, just after our text verse for today, he says, when he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt. He wasn't dawning again. This was the person that was lethargic before. This was the person that was already making his plan like a gentle guy, man, like, oh, no, I'm not doing this. They gave him information in the night. He never wake up for morning. In that same night, he arose, carried them and left. If they tell you to arise today and travel to another continent, can you do it? Or to another country, can you do it immediately? Do you think he didn't have business? Do you think Joseph didn't have business? Do you think he didn't have furniture that he hasn't delivered? You think he's not? He doesn't have engagement. He doesn't have meetings. He had meetings. He abandoned everything and moved because they've slapped him into work. If your wife is with child, pregnant with a child, there are things, there are declarations you'll be doing every day. You should sit down with God and be receiving instruction for that baby. You should surround that baby with kind of music that you want them to grow up with. Music that can put them in God, sit them inside God. You should surround that woman with love. You should furnish that girl, that pregnant woman, with a lot of love, so that child can be given birth to in love. Don't let your child be the child that will be given birth to, and your wife is cursing you, and your wife is cursing the day she met you, just because she went through suffering. She's pregnant, and you are speaking rubbish over her. You are speaking nonsense over her. You are abusing her. That's the time you want to fight. That's the time you have an issue. That's the time you can't take this. You can't take this. You that wanted to die because they didn't want you to marry. Now you are married. She's pregnant, and you are bullshitting that girl. You are a joker. You are a joker, sir. Hear it from me today. You are a joker. So wake up. Arise and save that child. Now to the ones that have been born. We need to move very fast. Oh God, we have 4 minutes. After looking at the text verse, let's look at the brain of a child. Let's just delve into it a little. The brain of a child. As I said here, the brain of a child has a limit. The prefrontal cortex is undeveloped. So they have impulsive behaviors. They are poor at risk assessment. And because the limbic system is fully developed, you find out that most times they make a decision out of emotion. And they can easily be overcome by peer pressure. And you don't want to save that child. Let me tell you the things that you need to save that child from. You need to save that child from yourself. That child is absorbing more from what you do than what you say. If you don't know it before, I've told you for free now. You told that child that read your book, but you've never read one book before. And you're a father. Daddy, sir. Daddy. You are training up that child in the way you don't want him to go. You're telling him your book, but you've not carried a single book before. You've not read a single book before. Now let me teach you a secret, because I don't really like books like you do. But my children know there's a time in the day when I wake up. Some days I miss it, yes. But there's a time in the day where I get up, I open a book in my laptop, I put it on read aloud, and it reads to me. And sometimes they get to join me too. Now there are times when I also pick up a book and read. Like I read our own book, the book we published, sign a prenup. If you don't have the sign a prenup, now you do yourself. If you like, buy it. If you like, don't buy it. You will meet it in front. Read books. Don't be lazy. Push yourself. You want them to push themselves. You push yourself. You want them to love in the right way. Love your wife. So the brain the brain has limits. So you can't leave a child to himself. You can't say because a child is a teenager, you want them to make their decision. No, mommy, daddy, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. I need to apologize to everybody. We're going to go a bit past the 30 minutes today. I want you to bear with me as much as possible because this needs to be said. This needs to be said. Don't do that. Don't leave a child and say, oh, he has his right. I can't disturb him. Sometimes it irritates me that you can't sit a child down and tell a child, I am sorry, but your brain is not developed enough for me to leave you to be the one to make this decision by yourself. Don't make the decision by yourself. A child cannot begin to dictate to you and tell you how they want to live their life, where they want to be at any point in time, how they want to do their privacy. You're giving a child privacy in your house. You have opened a brothel for that child. Privacy. And you give the child laptop or laptop. You give the child internet in your house. Your child is in the middle of New York City. In your house, sir. In your house. In your house. Come on, daddy. I go out sometimes and there are lots of things in those spaces for a child to benefit from, as in for a child to interact with. There was a time I was in the visa office. I can't remember exactly now, but I was in the visa office. There were a lot of people, and there were also there was a family, and they had, I think, two children. I can't even remember now, maybe 2 or 1. And throughout the time I was in that place seated, the child was on the top, on the what's the name, tab. I can't remember exactly what the child was looking at, but the thing was full of a lot of glaring lights, changing pictures, colors. And I'm like, and he was drunk. Was drunk in the sense that they weren't particularly teaching the child anything wholesome. So it was just like a cartoon or something like that. And my heart was broken. My heart was broken because in that place, in that visa office, right? There was a sound or announcement that was constantly going on that the child could interact with. There were pictures on the wall, instructions that the child could interact with because that child was more than 2 years. And there are lots of 2-year-olds that are reading. Daddy, mommy, especially you, daddy. There are a lot of 2-year-olds that are reading. That could interact with a lot of text, could interact with a lot of pictures in that place. And there were lots of people. Some well-dressed, some not well-dressed, some angry, some happy, some laughing, some reading, that the child could interact with. There were lots of chairs. The child could climb chairs, could run on the floor. It was a wide space. The child could move about. You tell the child, no, don't go there, go here. To allow the child to interact with the world around them, the world they can touch, the world they can see in front of them, and not screen that will affect their brain development. But guess what? In the midst of all those possibilities for that child, the parents felt more comfortable keeping that child on the tab so that they can have peace of mind. You will not have peace of mind, though. Just let me let you know now that peace of mind that you're having because you put your child on the top, on the tab, on the TV, some even on cable, some on the internet, that peace of mind is short-lived, sir. It's short-lived, man. You cannot have peace of mind. It's the lack of peace of mind is just waiting for you in the future. Some are already even enjoying that in the teenage years of their children. My children are by far children I could be proud of to the moon. But do you know that till today I still argue with my children on accountability? Because you can't leave them to the decisions they will make with their brains. Their brains are developing. Their brains are developing now. Their brains are just the same way you cannot carry a toddler and tell a toddler to run an 100-meter race. Don't let's be stupid now. Don't let's be stupid. No, please. Please, daddies. Please, mommies. Please. And The reason why I'm calling daddies and mommies is because some daddies will hear this and they will still not do anything. Mommy, start. Let them begin to see the benefits of what you have started. And don't start by fighting with your husband, because love is another thing that child needs to even see to be able to develop that part of their brain. Otherwise, they will develop as a loveless child and they cannot be lovable, they cannot love. But daddies are the ones with the responsibility. That wife, that mother in that house is just there as a help for the things you need help. The job of the home is yours as a father. Yes, John Omiale said it. Single and spouses is telling you today. The job of taking care of those children is yours as a father. Date with them. Date with them. Design a 1 week. Teach them. Tell them that this week throughout we'll all be bathing together. Have your own boxers or look for a good swim pants and put it on when you're bathing. But go there into the shower with them and show them this is how you bathe, this is how you bathe, this is how you bathe. And then the 3 or 4 days after, tell them, oh yeah, I'm going to be there with you, but now I want to see the way you bathe. Before you know, they will start gaining some skills. Cook with them, carry them to the kitchen. Tell them, yeah, let's cook together. Fathers can also cook, males can cook, sons can cook, men can cook. Tell them the reason why. Because all those little skills are the things that they could do that will prevent them from being in front of screen. I was speaking to one of my very good friends, a professor, as a matter of fact, and she was telling me, what would they now be doing if they're not watching the screen? I was like, oh yeah, sit down, let me tell you. A million and one things they could do. They could do puzzles, they could create a project, they could draw, they could sit down and think about a system. Do you know that your children can even sit down and think about a business for you? Yes, it's called brainstorming session. You tell them, oh, there's a brainstorm session today. We want to do a brainstorm, and the brainstorm will be on how we can generate $15 every month from nothing. What can we do as a family that can generate us $15 every month? You think that they can't bring it up? They can bring it up now, but the muscles of their brain is not worked in that direction. It's your duty, your job to work it. Take them to the library, say, oh, today we're going to spend 4 hours in the library and we're just going to look for books we like and read. Take them out, tell them, oh, we're going to go shopping. What are you shopping? Tell them we're going to a bookshop, we're going to go shop books. Go to Bible Wonderland, go to Book Wonderland, whatever is in your vicinity or your country. Go to the museum, tell them we want to go and see what's in the museum. What artifacts can we interact with? Regiment their screen time. I need to round up. Because I can speak about this forever. So first is the brain of a child. You can't, because the brain of a child is a developing brain, you can't leave a child to himself. You can't leave a child to himself. Even my 26-year-old, I've not left him to himself. I'm still reading some books with him. I've not left him to himself. I can't leave him to himself. You can paint anything on that child's mind. Anything you want. Anything you want. You can paint anything on that child's mind. You know that the location that your child is can likely affect the child. So as you are saving that child from yourself, the environment the child is also something you need to curate. You need to make sure that you carefully look at the environment you are in to ask yourself, what do I need to do to make sure what in this environment don't I need in the life of my child? So either you are telling them consistently about it. So for example, you are staying in a place and you have fighting neighbors. You don't think that can affect your child? You think, oh, because I don't fight with my wife, but you have a neighbor that are wrestlers. You have a neighbor that are smokers. You have a neighbor that they consistently catch. I was telling my children, there was a place I stayed when I first got to North America. Oh my God. All sorts of noise of sex all over the place. Now, At the time I start with my children, I'm like, I thank God where we stay now that there is no such thing. Because the way it's described in the case of Lot, the Bible says that he was a righteous man, yes, but his heart was being scourged. But this scourge was seared by the unrighteous heart of the people around him. So you live in a neighborhood where consistently they hear some sounds. It can be music, it can be interactions of people, it can be the fact that people are loud or noisy, people fight a lot, it can be some sort of religious incantation that you don't want around them. I hope you get the gist. You need to work on it. You can't just leave it. You can't just let it be. That was no big deal, and they know the right thing. It needs to be something you consistently talk about. So you can pick a day of the week and say, consistently, we must be talking about this thing. And you and your wife start praying. God, we want this and this environment. Give us the funds to be able to move to this and this place, or to a place that is better than, because you might not even know the best place sometimes. We don't lead them to it. A child that is an auditory learner, for example, you surround that child with pop music. You surround that child with rubbish music. I don't want to mention names. But you know them. Yes. If you are struggling, sir, Whiskey, Davido, you know them. You know them. They are feeding your children with music that are labeled as okay, it's not no big deal, but they are highly coded with things that can only send your children down a wrong path. With pictures, with videos in their musical videos that can only make your children wayward. But at the end of the day, we'll go and receive counseling for their own marriage. Is that not an idiotic situation? So come on. Let's be frank with ourselves. An auditory learner, you surround an auditory learner with all sorts of rubbish music. You have killed that child before that child even grew up. You've killed the child. Because the rate at which that child is absorbing those music, you have no clue. You got no clue. You know that a child is a kinesthetic learner. He wants to move. He needs to move. And you just left him to playing outside. You want to play outside. You want to play outside. You can't curate. Find a place. Find a Christian gathering. When I was growing up as a teenager, I don't think I'm kinesthetic, but I was very energetic. I'm not very kinesthetic. I'm very energetic. But I was opportune to be in a Bible-believing church where every Saturday we'll do volleyball and basketball. We will do it. Once in a while, we'll do soccer. But volleyball, basketball, consistent. And you are surrounded with people that are also Bible believers. Yes, some of them are still taking medication and they've not responded yet. But largely, they will respond eventually. Largely, I am better protected being in that space than just playing with all whatnots. All whatnots. Curate that environment. So number one is work on yourself, because you need to protect their brain. You need to protect that child from yourself. Number two is protect them from the immediate environment. Protect them from the immediate environment. And this cannot be talked about enough. In fact, I've not scratched the surface when it comes to this. Protect them from that environment. And sometimes that environment is even your own house. Your auntie is staying with you. Your grandma is staying with you. Your grandpa is staying with you. Your daddy is staying with you. Whatever is staying with you. You need help, so the house help is staying with you. Have you worked on those people? Or at least are you working on them? Do those people know the governance system with which you want to bring up your children? Do you even have a governance system with which you want to bring up your children? We are jokers, though. We are jokers. Let us all just agree now that we are jokers so that we don't deceive ourselves. These people are painting and drawing all whatnot on your child. Some of your children are even being molested by those people in your house or in your building if you have several apartments. But you don't know. Some they are molesting them without touching them. Some they are molesting them by having access to them and touching them. You don't know you can molest a child without touching a child. Ah, yeah. Yo, God. Oh my God. I won't cry on this trip, but I actually feel like crying. I feel like crying. Some children are molested by just what they see, by just what they hear. They are molested. They are molested. You know the story you passed through now. You know how you grew up. You know how that your friend grew up. You know the things that happened. Just because your parents were all about waking up and ordering everybody around, then they go out for hours to go and make money and they come back. And they did right? But they didn't know better. You know better now. Let's do better. Let's do better. This is a conversation for another day. And please, if you need to get some sort of clarity session in your parenthood, get into our DMs and get on the call. Get on the call so that I can speak of the specificities of your own issue. So I can speak of the specificity of your own issue and deal with it. And deal with it. Get concessions. Oh, the money that you're going to pay for a session will be way tiny compared to the things that you're going to lose because you are not doing parenting right. You are not doing fatherhood right. Your child is masturbating in your house and you are just there. You are there. You are even there preaching. You are even there. You are leading prayer. You are leading prayer. Some of you, the gist I have on your children, because I have my wife and I have consistent conversation with our own children, is more than the gist you have of your child. In the same space, Christian believing school or Bible believing school, in the church. Let's move on and let's wrap up. I don't like the slides, but it's okay. What should you do? What should you do? There are other things actually that you should protect your child from, but I think we should just close it here. We probably would have to make this another stream so that we can talk about it enough. But my heart is broken. My heart is broken because as a father, you think the only thing that you should function, the only area where you should function as a father is to just make sure you make enough money for that child. There's a passage of scripture I read that says it's vanity when you have someone full of knowledge and wisdom, work, make a lot of money, and believe it for someone with complete lack of wisdom. Complete lack of wisdom. You are not being smart. You are not being smart going on endlessly. Going on endlessly on searching for money and searching for arrival. When your child is there being attacked in all ways, every corner, right under your nose. While your child is being destroyed. Some of these children, they are crying. You can practically see it in their eyes. And please let me tell you some of the ways that you're going to know that your children are begging for help. When they are rebellious, they are begging you for help. When they throw a lot of tantrums, they are begging you for help. When they are withdrawn, they are begging you for help. When you have seen that they don't respect you again, they are begging for help because you have now thrown them in a lot of confusion. You have thrown them in a lot of confusion. They've not learned any skills. They've not learned a lot of skills. They've not developed on self-control. You know, they do not know that they're supposed to have limits and boundaries. You know, they don't know all those things. They don't know all those things. You know, they've gotten freedom. They've coerced you into getting some sort of freedom, and the freedom has put them in bondage. And they can't even. If some of them they open their mouth to tell you who they are now, who they have become now, you probably will become suicidal. So they can't even tell you because they know what you think they are, and they know what they are. And they are telling themselves, this guy will just die if I tell him who I am. Don't wait until your child become a prostitute under your nose. Don't wait until your child joins a cult. If they haven't already, some might even have. Because don't forget, we're also looking at children from 0 to 30. Some have joined it already. Don't wait until that time. Don't wait until that time. Don't wait. Please make a move today. Make a move today. Book a session, phone a friend, whatever you need to do. Even if that session costs you $100, even if it costs you 100,000 naira, book a session and begin to sit down. From the knowledge you gather from the session, from the interaction you have with us from the session, begin to put down what you need to do. From the simple steps. Single men, take your soul. Make a determination. You can determine today that in the next 12 weeks, I must find a wife. And go and tell God that, God, I'm ready. What do I need to learn to get ready? God will open your brain to something. You can book a clarity session also. Clarity session is even very cheap. As a single, book a clarity session and begin to get, what do I need to do? Yes, we have a comprehensive counseling package for singles, right? But if you just want a clarity session, in one session can do it for you to know what direction do I need to be headed? What books do I need to read? You want to marry, you've not read Every Woman, and you want to marry. Single men, take action. Expectant fathers, you are more among all men blessed. Expectant father, you are among all men blessed. Go and sit down now and pen down the things you need to do. If you want to book a session, book a session. But I've mentioned a few things that you can start doing immediately. Start doing them. Do you even know that each week of the 9 months, there are some psychological things that happen, physiological things that happen? Do you know? To the mother, to the child. Get moving. Don't be the kind of father that your child will be born and is your munna, abi whatever they call them, head of family. They'll come and give you name for your child. The child that God is bringing to the world through you is somebody else that is helping you name it. Are we not jokers? We are jokers now. We are jokers. We are jokers. Well, get your soul, expectant father. And father who already have children. I know you've tried. You've not kept those children as unborn. You've not kept them as conceived but not protected, right? But please, don't make them motherless and fatherless children under your own roof. If they're under your roof, there's a reason why God created that family system. For you to train them. He said, train up a child in the way it should go. Let's stop being lazy. You are lazy, sir. Yes, you are lazy. You are leaving them to games and TV. You are lazy. You are lazy. I know we don't want our wives to say it. Me, I'm telling you now. I'm delivering you from that your argument with your wife. I'm telling you now that you are lazy. You are lazy. You don't pray with them. You are lazy. You can pray with them within 1 minute. It doesn't even have to be long. You can achieve it. You can systemize it. Even though you are tired, the children will know you are tired, but they will still lie down on your chest and say, yeah, Daddy, let's pray together. You can do it. You need help. If you need help, you can ask your wife that, oh, these are the areas where I need you to help me on this. I know you are busy. See, I'm not saying you are not busy. I'm not saying you are not trying. You are making money. It's good. You are trying to push yourself forward and get better. I know. You are learning some skills and it's important for you to focus on it. I know. But you can't leave these children now. If you don't train them, something else will train them. And most times, that thing is not good. That thing that is training them is not good. Let's stop this unprofitable attitude of leaving the parenting to the church or to the mosque or whatever religion that you have, or leaving their training to the school. The school system is just keeping your children away for a while. If your child is not trained by you to know how to make good use of the school system, they will only go to the school to get sports. and come back and dramatize for you. They are only going to school to get information against what you want them to learn. So those systems can't do it. It's you that you need to roll up your hands, roll up your sleeves and get dirty, daddy. If you are really a daddy that you call yourself, then get busy. Get busy. Things needs to be done. Future needs to be built here, and you are part of even that future. Because guess what? And this is a lot of us will talk about this enough. Guess what? In the next few years, you are going to become the child, and they will become the parent. Then the way you've now trained that child to remain as a child, in some cases as a stupid child, in some cases as a spoiled child, in some cases as a damaged child. That damaged child will now become your parent. And some of us are surprised that we don't enjoy our ending days. We have to stop. We would if I get the go ahead from God, we would have to do this on another stream. I apologize that we took this long. I apologize. This is something that is very burdensome on my mind. I mean, it's a great burden. It's a great burden. It's a great burden, no. It's a great burden. You are lazy, sir. You are lazy. The only way you are correcting those children is by carrying your hand and punching them, and carrying belt and flogging them. You are lazy now. You are lazy. You turn those children to cows. God gave you a child, but because you can't control your emotions, you can't sit down and build a system that you and the children can work with. You have turned them to cows. I think on one of our streams, I talked about how our children go shopping, right? And the distance from their house. They walk down or they ride their bicycle down and they bring the things down, their backpacks and stuff. So they went shopping, and I think my son bought something for me. Of course, he wanted to eat it. I think it was pizza or something, pre-cooked pizza. So he bought it. I'm like, oh, daddy, I bought you something. I'm like, with my, even if it's soft earned, right? My earned dollar, you can't use it to buy this. You should use yours. And I didn't train you to buy this kind of thing. You know that this thing is not particularly healthy or something. It's not like you bought me a fruit, you know. And do you know that we didn't spank them? We don't spank our children again. If we mistakenly hit them, we apologize as a serious apology. Now, how did we discipline them? We now told them that, oh, for doing this, both of you agreed and you did this. There's going to be a consequence, and the consequence will be for the next 30 days. Every day you have at least 30 minutes to 1 hour content that you need to watch on financing. Oh my God. We were not halfway into that consequence. They were different children. They were different children. They were feeling the pain. At some point, the pain became joy. Like, we're happy we're doing it. Then they started saying, oh, we should also do it. Of course, I know that they wanted to interact more with videos and all that, but I had to stop that and then go to books. Okay, thank you so much for joining on this stream. I pray that whatever your situation is, single father, expectant father, a single man yet to be married, or a father of children that are already existent, God will help you to be able to make those moves from today that will help us to build saviors. Let's stop destroying our saviors. It stops today. In Jesus' name. We hope that you're enjoying the challenge. The challenge is by the end of the challenge, we're going to have new men. That's our joy, that we're going to have new men. I can bet that it is true. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is another banger. Tomorrow, because it's weekend, right? You might spend a little more time. But tomorrow is something you should look forward to. I'm particularly excited about it, and I'm still expectant of more things that God will want us to put into that tomorrow. We love you. Thank you for interacting with our videos. Please, we hope that you got to this point. If you got to this point, God bless you. Please share with friends, share with family, share with them, force feed them. I know they won't want it. Just tell them you must watch this. If you have a boyfriend, tell him you must watch this beside me, so that I'll be sure that you watched it. because some of you interact with our videos. I don't finish the end, and it's damaging. Is poorly affecting the channel. So we love you. God bless you. Bye bye.